Hey, it's Les from the TV Dudes. This year, as part of our coverage of ATX Television Festival Season 8, I was lucky enough to chat with Zack Lively and Jacob Zachar, who played Heath and Rusty Cartwright, who played Heath and Rusty on Greek, respectively. Hope you enjoy.
I can't believe they called you to come to this thing, man. You know what I mean? Me neither, huh? Alright, anyways.
Now we're ready.
This panel's gonna be great. See?
We're off to a great start.
It's going off the rails.
All right, let's get this under control. A little bit of housekeeping.
Yes.
Here we go.
So this is Les from the TV Dudes. We're a local Austin podcast. We do weekly television crit and interviews a couple times a week for about 8 years now.
Dope.
I am sitting here, mind introducing yourselves?
Yeah.
I get to sit here with
Jacob Zachar.
who plays Rusty on Greek,
And Zack Lively.
who plays Heath on Greek. For you guys, I often find like child actors that are supposed to be playing little kids don't have a normal childhood.
Yeah.
But they've got to portray it on screen, right?
Yeah.
And so college age actors in a college show might not have your own college experience. Was this college for you?
Yeah, essentially you just hit it right on the head. Like, I had just moved to Los Angeles from Chicago, and I was at school for about a year. And then ironically, got a TV show about me joining a frat in college. So it was basically a mirror to real life for me. A lot of those like wide-eyed moments and discovery of what my life can be defined as on screen were like essentially what I was doing off screen. So they kind of were like a partnership a little bit.
Yeah, I'm the exact same thing. I did not go to college. This was my college experience. I remember my first day on the pilot. I was like an infant. I really knew nothing. I really didn't. And they're like, "Hey, this is PJ. He's gonna, he's playing Calvin." I'm like, "Yo, what's up, man?" We're hanging out on set and we're just sitting in our chairs, and all of a sudden I'm like, "So what are they paying you?" And I'm a recurring, and this is established, and this is serious, right? I just didn't even have that. And he's like, "You don't ask people that."
Yeah, there was no like, hey, how does this work etiquette? Like,
none. Acting class
you're like,
does not
we
prepare
can't.
you
We
for
can't
set.
drink at work, or I don't know. Like,
And I really felt like at that point, PJ was like, "Come on, man, you just go under my wing, and I'm gonna make you not seem really, really dumb on set." Because day one, I'd never worked on TV either, so it's like, "Yo, hit your mark, say your line." It was not like, "Take your time,
Feel it out,
beat,
man.
Take that beat, really hit that." No, it's not. It's hit your mark, say your line. So it was like, I'm coming from stage acting, and it's like, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let this resonate for a minute.
So we're going to rehearse for 3 months and all get to know each other, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it was not that.
like, hey, we just rewrote this thing for you. You gotta learn it right now. Go ahead.
Those 5
We only got like
pages-
2 minutes. Let's go.
Yeah, and we want you to crush this. This is huge for you.
Did you have any moments reading a script and going, I've got to call a friend of mine and see if this shit really happens in college? Like, you didn't do this, right?
They had us doing some like fun stuff in like the frat house and stuff.
Oh,
like,
yeah. We were constantly hammered.
it was like 8 a.m. Like, it's like, all right, what I gotta do tomorrow at 7 in the morning? It's like, and it's a 6-hour frat party. Okay, here we
All
go.
right, I'm gonna be drinking.
Happy Monday.
Non-alcoholic beer.
It's like, how much O'Doul's did you guys put down?
Oh my! I
Just way
can't drink
too
it.
much, man.
I can't do it anymore. I'm not gonna. It's like
Just way too much.
way too much.
You know, like they had like the coffee cup acting. Did you ever see those segments where it's like people like don't know how to hold
Spitting.
coffee and they're like walking around whipping their shit around?
Oh, it's the
That was
worst.
like basically a crash course for like frat stuff. So we
Yep.
were just like had a constant like, where's your cup? Where's your cup? Where's your cup? I'm like, I'd be trashed by now. All right?
You know how many Jello shots I had? Remember the episode where me and Beeve had to go back and forth?
God.
I was spitting into a thing, and I wasn't even using muscle at all in my face. I was just like,
dumping Jello back out.
And you're like, and we got him right where we want him. Roll camera.
and do it 900 times, by the way, guys.
We were pretty good though. Like our show is pretty good. Like in comparison to like the stuff that's on right now.
yeah.
Like the stuff's so dark and real, and like people laughing at people's expense. Like how awful. It's like. Our show was just so nice. Like we had to
Definitely.
show like repercussions of like your actions a little bit.
Yeah.
You're like, if someone drank at this party, we gotta show them getting sick and they're being hungover.
Yeah.
Like we can't just assume life's grand the next
Yeah.
day. So I think that's what the writers did so well. Like, I don't know, in that sense for our show. Like when you go back and watch it, you're like, man, this is just so nice.
I know.
Like, just nice stories.
Well, it hits with so many people. It's like, oh, I went to college 20 years ago. I'm going to college. Or I've talked to so many people from different countries that are like, I've never heard of the Greek system until your series. And like, this is amazing.
I was wondering how it plays outside.
Internationally,
with so many people.
Yeah, because I forget that's not a thing outside this country, really.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
mean, Greek system. You're not like partying, getting trashed.
Oh, it's just the Brits have as Hogwarts. I mean, like,
yeah.
For me, I went to college on an academic scholarship, and I got to college and had that moment of like, I can be anything.
Yep.
No one here went to high school with me.
Yep.
I could reinvent myself, and I didn't like who I was in high school, and didn't go to parties or have a lot of friends. And so the Greek system was when I got rushed, was an immediate like, I know that's not really my style, but I want to go to some friggin' parties, and this is the gap of this is the period in your life where you can do something dumb like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, exactly.
Well, that system just gives you some rails around that idea. Like you can have that idea now. Like shit, I want to be who I'm. You know,
Yeah,
you don't have to be in school to have that idea.
It gives
But
you a little
that's
framework.
the beautiful thing is that a lot of people have that realization and they use that college as a way to like spur something.
Yeah.
And that's what's just like one of the more best like life moments going through that age, you know.
So I always identified with Rusty having to the passionate explanation I think that he makes to Casey of like, no,
the pilot,
I don't want to be like I was in high school anymore.
Yeah, no.
Not having had that college experience, what was the most powerful emotional moment, I guess, for Rusty's growth for you? Was there a particular arc where you thought
think
that's
being
a good
hurt like from a relationship for the first time is tough, and that's
Is that
one
the
thing.
the
when
betrayal one?
I think so.
Where she's
Yeah,
the
the
German?
first
Yeah.
girlfriend he had,
Yeah.
and I was kind of talking to them about that. Was going like, "Yo, like, this is like." You know, and then like I think he lost his virginity even or something to that person or something, and I'm like, that is a huge moment in someone's life, and I thought like we had to show that, you know, we had to kind of dive into that a little more technically. So, and then dating people after that, like I think that was part of the beauty of the TV show was like. We got to show the longevity of a character's growth. So I'm like, we can show him growing and getting better with women for Christ's sakes. Like it's great. We don't have an hour and a half to show it like in a montage. Like we can do it over time.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Yeah, I would agree. It's definitely the kind of thing that changes somebody's relationships going forward. Their next girlfriend is not going to be the same.
Oh, by the end he's dating Ashley. It's a smoke show. And it's just like they just were like, dude. I don't know if everyone's like. I mean,
started
shit,
from
if
the
anything,
bottom.
like no shit. Huh? This guy's like going to engineering school building robots. And like 2 years later in school,
Seriously.
it's like anybody who went to college, like watching, it's like. Bro, that could happen to me.
That could,
like,
just because I joined.
You're the greatest recruitment poster
I
for
know
college
exactly.
ever, right?
Just like go to school, be me. I know, right?
Follow this formula.
Cypress
Cypress
Rose.
Rose has you on the cover of all the
I
editions.
know. Join a frat.
It worked for me.
You also could get a woman.
And a lot of free T-shirts.
I know. Exactly.
Well, thank you both so much for taking out the time today, man. I enjoyed the show and love getting to meet y'all.
Thank you. Thank you for watching it.
The TV Dudes is an independently run podcast and a member of the Permanent Record Podcast Network. We are exclusively listener supported. If you'd like to help us out, please go to patreon.com/tvdudes. You can like us on Facebook and Twitter at TV Dudes, and help us out on iTunes by giving us a 5-star rating and writing a review. To find out more about us, go to thetvdudes.com and permanentrcrd.com. I'm Grant Davis. Thanks for listening.